Right, a bit of an update on the Beetle. So, pan round over here, 58 right-hand drive. Got one of the wheels on. Looks lovely. So obviously it's on axle stand, hence the massive gap. But so yeah, running the 195/65. So hopefully when that's dropped, that'll be good. Got the engine back in on Friday night, I think it was. So that's in there. Got the seal around the back. Got all the nuts and bolts in to hold it in place. It's all happy days. Got to add the seal in around the side here, and obviously the front plates, but haven't done anything else yet. I've literally put the engine, bolted in, attached at the fuel line, and then that's it. I haven't even put the spark plugs in yet, so I wanted to basically turn it over first to sort of see if there's any crap, down the holes basically in the barrels, just to sort of see if any crap comes out before I put the plugs back in again. That's all. So the new plugs back in. That's all, so I don't contaminate them. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. Got the brand new wing beading on there. New stainless steel bolts. Bumpers obviously back on, so that's good. Both the rear lights I've cleaned up and put those on with, like say, the original wiring, and also a brand new earth wires as well. And I've got the correct tool now as well to remove those. Went to have a look at the left wheel there, and actually that's a drum that I put on because the old drum was knackered. That's the cause of the breakdown. But when I went to tighten up yesterday, two of the actual bolts, the actual threads, have obviously just rotted away because I went to sort of crank two of these up to the relevant torque, and they just span round and stripped. So they obviously just knackered from just old age and been sat in a box for 20 odd years. So yeah, I've ordered a new one of those, 50 quid. So that's cool, easy put that on, happy days. Getting some heat-proof paint to go onto this, so it looks pretty disgusting, but actually I spent ages lying underneath the car again, scraping off all the crap and all the dirt. So now it's physically clean from oil and dirt, and now I can basically just mask off the area, and then I can repaint those in the black, which I've got en route to the black heat-proof paint. But yeah, it's looking good underneath there. I mean, it was horrendous underneath there. Now it's much tidier. It's a big old disgusting job, lying on your back, scraping off, using tons of products to get all the dirt and grime off it. Is pretty awful. New axle gaiters, of course, as well, using the original VW clips in there. I can't put this wheel back on anyway until this arrives. But also, I'm waiting for a bushing kit for the pedals. So I've ordered a pedal bush kit just off a random supplier for the right size. Then I can rebuild the pedals. Then they can go in with the clutch cable connected, and then I can then connect up the clutch at this end. And then obviously once drum arrives as well, which will be this week, then that wheel can go back on again. Then basically I can drop down the back of the car off the axle stands, roll it back a bit in the garage, and that end then is basically done for now. And then I can jack the front of the car up, and then start work on the front axle, front beam, drop spindles, disc brakes, Porsche hubs, Porsche wheels, all that sort of stuff. Also I need to raise up the suspension potentially as well, because the drop spindles drop at 2.5 inches down, and it's already fairly low. But then the tyre profile on the Fuchsias is higher than the profile on those, so it's all a case of just working out what works. But for now I'll probably just loosen up make sure the mechanism's loose. If I can raise it up, I will raise it up, and then I can put the wheels on, see how it is, and then drop it down from its maximum height setting. Got new headlights as well. So these are the US spec ones, really decent ones. But I've got in the box at the back of the garage 2 original headlights, Bosch ones I want to put on. That way I can just stick to the semaphores for the moment and not having flashes. But I will then get some subtle flashing LEDs of some variety, maybe mounted behind these. So I want to do it. So I'll keep all the wiring in place, keep all the flasher relays in place, but put something maybe behind these so it looks more subtle and more what I like, rather than. And those are amazing, but I just want it looking more original, I should say. But those are really nice. Yeah, car's looking good. There's loads of bits everywhere. Got the Fuchsias looking here, the Fuchs. You've got stacks and stacks of bits, new brake master cylinders, bearings, hub nuts, brake hoses, loads of boxes of bits there. Exhaust down there. I'm waiting for the paint to arrive for that so I can rub it all down and put that on again. Pedals in here, all sort of painted, basically ready to go. I've got a new skateboard wheel coming in pink from an 80s skateboard, just detail. And in there's the headlights and the various seals, and I can't put the headlights on because I'm also waiting for the seal kit to be able to rebuild the headlights. because the seals inside are just old and all that sort of stuff. So it's all just a process. And I say those are the original wheels that come off the car. There's 5 of those, 5.5 inches, with 165s I think and 195, so they'll be for sale as well. So those will need to go once the fuchsias are on. Cool, happy days. Thanks for watching, and yeah, that's the update. Cheers.